Attorneys now want to throw out the 2022 traffic stop that started this whole Kilmar-Abrego Garcia saga. And what they said was this traffic stop essentially was a fishing expedition.
So nothing illegal?
No, sir.
Okay.
Troopers pulled Abrego Garcia over and told him he was speeding. Attorneys said, well, where's this radar data to show and prove that he was speeding? They don't believe that the trooper was actually tailing Abrego Garcia for however long he said he was before they stopped him. Because sometimes that's what they do. If they don't have the radar on somebody, they can say, okay, well, I'm going 70 and you're outpacing me, so chances are you're going above 70. But in this case, they said there's no evidence that any of that happened. So why did you pull this person over? In the video, we saw a trooper walk the K9 unit around the SUV that Abrego Garcia was driving. They didn't find anything. And then you had a number of other troopers who showed up in the picture saying they believe that Abrego Garcia was smuggling people for money.
He's hauling these people for money. You got an ass hauler.
And so the attorneys are saying, wait a minute, you went through all that trouble and did not arrest him. Didn't even give him a ticket. What they did do is they called over to the Department of Homeland Security and asked them, okay, what's up with this Abrego Garcia guy? Something was said to the troopers that told them, you know what? It's okay to let this guy go. That led to an investigation that Abrego Garcia had no idea about that lasted years. And now we find ourselves in this position. But it wasn't until after the United States Supreme Court said the government has to bring Abrego Garcia back after they wrongfully deported him to El Salvador that these charges just showed up.
Abrego Garcia has landed in the United States to face justice.
So Abrego Garcia is brought back from El Salvador to Nashville and then placed in handcuffs. The attorneys here are saying that right there sounds a lot like retaliation. Like, because you dared to challenge the deportation process, we are going to charge you with something you haven't even thought of since 2022. So they want that traffic stop thrown out. And when you think about it, the traffic stop is the case. If there's no traffic stop, I don't know how you can have a case about human smuggling linked to a traffic stop. This could be one way of the attorneys getting this case dismissed. The other way is by making the case that this was a vindictive prosecution, as in the government went after this man to try and prove a point. And, you know, we have the judge in this case here in Tennessee saying, I kind of see what you're talking about, because the circumstances of all of this, how these charges came about, when these charges came about, all of that only happened after this man was the center of the immigration debate and, you know, became a topic of conversation around the world. So now the judge here in Tennessee is going to determine whether or not this key piece of evidence needs to stay or can be dismissed. And if it's dismissed, maybe the case is dismissed.